Hi Neha, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
All right. So last session, after the creation of the asset classes, yeah. So we have simply gone through the remaining configurations like the asset class, the combination of the account determination screen layout and the number range intervals. So by the account determination key, we have to specify which are the GL accounts we are going to use for the asset transactions. Okay, so for that assignment, first we have made all the GL accounts required for the asset transactions. Yeah, and we have assigned the GL accounts to the determination keys. Okay, so remember here also we have the reconciliation accounts. Okay, the same way with how we have done for the vendor and customer transactions. Okay, for that amount mapping. So here also asset is a type of subledger. Yeah, so we have to map through a GL account. So we have to create some reconciliation account to make the balance sheet amount or the acquisition or the production cost of the account, asset account. So whatever the classes we use, we have to create one reconciliation account, asset reconciliation account. Okay, so after that, for the posting of depreciation, or being it having a depreciation, an accumulated depreciation, and also some other standard GLs like the sale of asset, profit on asset, loss on asset, and even like if you are writing off the asset, the scrapping or the loss on scrapping asset, and also the technical clearing account. Okay, so for the minimum, like we have to create this many accounts. Yeah, and this the asset accounts, like the reconciliation account, how many assets we are using, we have to create that much. Fine. So coming to the assignment of GL accounts, yeah, so with each determination key, we have assigned that set of GL account for the transactions and also the technical clearing account. So the technical clearing account normally we use like for the system will make it clear if there is any difference amount posting with different accounting principle. So like yesterday, I think ledger group level. Okay, fine. So we have the concept of ledger groups like 0L as the leading ledger and other non-leading ledgers. Like we can use that. So for any case, due to the difference in accounting principles, say for example, IFRS we use in one ledger group, and maybe what's international account standards like we use in another account group, or so maybe local GAAP to another one. So because of this difference in the accounting principle, if there is any change in the transaction, say for example, if you go for a depreciation posting based on one accounting principle, we use 1,200, or with another accounting principle 1,000 rupees. So this type of differences posting will be managed or cleared by the technical clearing account. Okay, so a technical clearing account also we have to create. It should be a reconciliation account, and that GL account also we have to assign. Yeah, so assign GL accounts, normal GL account, and after that we have to assign that technical clearing account also. Assign technical clearing account. Okay, in a different step, we have assigned the technical clearing account. And then we have activated the asset classes with the depreciation areas. So we may have different depreciation areas for the valuations of the asset, yeah, with different concepts. So we can activate those depreciation areas to the asset classes. Yeah, there we have seen, like, maybe a standard depreciation key or useful life we can specify, and also with a standard screen layout structure for depreciation areas you have assigned. So all the asset classes we have activated with all the depreciation areas, and then the legacy data transfer date. Okay, so we have to specify a particular date, and we consider that date as the transfer date of all the legacy asset values. Okay, so once we open the system or we start using the system, okay, so before that, with their legacy application or in the company, like whatever the assets still exist, we may have to update the value to the SAP. Okay, so for that one, we specify a particular date. As on that date, we will update all the asset values. Okay, so that is the transfer date of legacy assets. So general practice, like we use the last day of the last fiscal year as the transfer date. Okay, still any other date also possible, but we can go like that. If there is any remaining one, completed months, we can manually update the what we can say the depreciation amount, or we can run the depreciation so that the calculated value will be posted. So anyway, we can complete all the used depreciation values in the system. So whatever it is. Okay, so we have specified a date. Even though we are not going to do any legacy transfer, still this is a required configuration. So company code level, we have to activate a date and also with the document type. Yeah. Then another important key or object, that is depreciation key. Depreciation key, we can simply say it's a combination of all the calculation methods of depreciation. So we may have to use different valuation approaches, like maybe a written down method we may use, maybe a straight line method we may use, with a particular rate, specific rate we can use. Okay, so here the concept we use for the calculation of depreciation is as per the useful life of the asset. Okay, so based on the life or useful life of the asset, system will calculate the percentage of the depreciation. See, like this, if the asset is having a 10-year life, so in total by 10 years, the 100% of the value can be depreciated if there is no cutoff value or the scrap value and all. So then 10% will be the depreciation rate. Okay, anyway, if there is any cutoff values there or not, like still 10% will be there. The value will be different, like after 10 years, whether if there is any cutoff value 5%, system will not bring down the value to 0. Okay, only 95% of the item will be depreciated. The same way, if it is 3 years, like 33.33% will be the depreciation rate per year. Anyway, so this is what if we say the rate or depreciation rate as per the useful life of the asset. Yeah, so a depreciation key we have maintained using the base method. Okay, so there we can have different concepts of for calculation methods, like base method, maximum value method, or declining balance method, or period control method, or multi-level method. So different type of depreciation calculation methods we can apply. So here what we have done is we have used a standard base method key 0011. This is nothing but the percentage as per useful life of the asset. So it's a standard key. Yeah, base method we can use to calculate the depreciation as per the useful life. Yeah, with this one we have made a depreciation key to calculate the depreciation. and then we have made the asset master. Okay, so we have got an asset class and one depreciation key. Yeah, so ultimately we are going to use these two keys when we create the asset master. So everything or what are the other configurations we have done is like kind of activations or supporting configurations and all. Yeah, so as a classes we know like what are the one we have created and the depreciation key. We can have multiple asset classes, multiple depreciation keys based on the requirement. Okay, then coming to the asset masters. Okay, so asset master data, we have the concept of main asset as well as sub asset. So any asset, if we consider as a subordinate asset or a sub-level asset for another asset, yeah, then we can take the assets as sub-assets. Okay, so these two assets we can say are the subordinate assets for this main asset machine. Yeah, so anyway, sub-asset is still is an asset which will be having all the depreciation levels or other configurations, and everything will be there, but only thing is it will be considered as a sub-asset for a particular main asset. Okay, so in A01 we have created the main asset, and in AS11 we have done the sub-assets. So whatever the sub-assets we have to create, we have to have main asset first, because based on the main asset only we can create the sub-asset. And also for the identification, we have if the sub number is 0, that will be a main asset, and any non-zero number specifies that it will be a sub-asset. Okay, so the main number should be created first. Here we like it is a 40000, that is the main number, and 0 means it's a main asset number. Okay, so based on this we can see any sub-assets will be created. Sub number 1 or 2 means it's a sub-asset. Okay, so there's the concept of asset masters with main as well as sub. And also we have seen like the screen layout structures. So two type of screen layout structures we have seen, one with master data and another with depreciation areas. So all the way we have seen which are the standard what you can say the statuses available. Okay, so the suppress or optional or even required where the statuses we have seen before with the field status variant. Here we got one more status, yeah, which was the fourth status we have with the asset screen layout. Fourth status, like apart from this suppress, optional and required, one more status we have seen here, which was the one, the fourth one?
Just a display.
Correct. Yeah, display. So we know like what is the effect if you make a particular field as either suppress, optional or required. Okay, the fourth one will be display one. So from the back end or with any other way, what the value system will take can be made as like a display. So directly the user will not be able to do any change over there. Okay, if there is any value updated, we can simply see that. Okay, so that was simply display. Yeah, so that things also we have seen. Anyway, we got some asset, yeah, main assets and sub assets. Yes, so with the configurations, like these are the main points we have gone through. So any more questions from this? Yeah. Okay, now we'll go for the transactions, asset transactions. Okay, so if we have to make the asset transactions, like first we have to complete the balance carry forward. Even though we don't have any balance from the previous year, still we have to perform the balance carry forward, so that system will what you can say, identify the year specifications and all. For that one we have to execute the balance carry forward first. If we go directly to the transactions, yeah, so like the system will throw an error. Yeah, even it will not allow us to go for the transaction. So first we have to do the balance carry forward. So we have already done one configuration for the balance carry forward. Yeah, long back. What was that configuration we have done for balance carry forward processing?
Retained earnings, huh?
Correct. Yeah. So if you remember, yeah, with the chart of account configuration, okay, so we have activated the retained earnings account. Actually, that time it was for the balance carry forward functionality. We have been simply activating this balance carry forward because all the P&L account, yeah, if we say simply expenses and incomes, we have to have the one retained earning account for the balance carry forward to the next year. Yeah. So maybe in our second or third session, we had our chart of account configuration. There we have activated the retained earnings account. Okay. So if you check in OB53, yeah, there the activation we can see OB53 with chart of account. Okay, so here chart of account is different. Okay, so here I think it's 2%. Okay, anyway, yeah. Yeah, so here, like with our company code, here we kept blank. Being it's a company code already be there, that's why you can see it's one account specified. So first, what we have to do is we have to create one GL account. Then here for the balance carry forward, we have to assign this account. Then only we can execute the balance carry forward. Okay, so here first what we have to do is we will create a GL account, define a GL account for balance carry forward processing. Yeah, FS00. A retained earning account we have to create first. The account is like 1,000 here. It would be a balance sheet account. So you can see a balance sheet account have been created. Okay, it's a normal balance sheet account only. Okay, balance sheet account, retained earning. Retained earning account we have to create 1,000. Yeah, so as per your GL number range, you can create a GL account first. Yeah, so that GL account we have to specify in the OB53 with that activation. You have to specify the GL account here, then just save it. So that time what we have done is the chart of account we have activated for the balance carry forward with the transaction key, yeah, using an account statement type, P&L statement type. Yeah, so simply it's an activation, like the combination have been set. The chart of account got activated for the balance carry forward. Otherwise, we know P&L account will be like allowed to create. So a GL account 1,000 have been created. Now system will use this account for the balance carry forward to the next year. Okay, transaction keys. Can I have any other transaction key like we had gone through like this BIL for balance carry forward? Anything else? I think many transaction keys we had have.
Yes, during tax code creation and all, we have
Yes,
seen
correct.
VST
Yeah, correct.
and then MWA or something.
Correct.
MWS.
Yes, correct. Okay. So anyway, see SKE and SKT we use for the what we can say the discounts, yeah, and this VST MWS kind of transaction keys we have used for the tax processing. So always it will be, as we know, we use for the determination for a particular GL account. So based on the scenario, there will be a transaction key and system will use the account we specify for that. Anyway, so specify a GL account, yeah, in OB-File 3. Then we have to process the balance carry forward. Yeah, triggered will be FAGL GVTR. So in FAGL GVTR, we have to process the balance carry forward. Anyway, there will not be any balance from the last year, but still we have to run this balance carry forward. The company code, here the company code is 2000, carry forward to fiscal year 2023. Because from the last year, we will be doing to the current year. Okay, go for a test run, execute. We don't have the 0C logic group. Still it's a warning. We can ignore this. Zero balance. Yeah. We can go for the update run for this. Remove, execute. Yeah. So balance carry forward done. Now we will go for the asset specific transactions. So our
Sir, what does that zero mean there?
Zero.
Yeah. What does that zero means under company
So
code
balance.
currency?
Yeah, balance. So we don't have any balance from the last year to carry forward. No. So that's why zero.
Okay,
Not
okay.
yeah.
No balance sheet items, huh?
Yeah, because for the year fiscal year 2022, we don't have any balance, right? So that's why it's showing zero. Amount in company code currency, zero.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we run year, system will consider all the fiscal year and all. I mean the year specification system will make it. See. See, you can see here some date specification will be there. Okay, so it will be updated. Yeah, so here system will identify, okay, close fiscal years 2022. Yeah, from the legacy data transfer we have date we have specified. Now we have done the balance carry forward, so this is the year. Okay, so for this kind of updations and activations, we are running this one even though there is a zero balance. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So now we will go for the transaction. First will be asset acquisitions. So we can have asset acquisition with vendor and without vendor. So asset acquisition with vendor will go for F-90. Okay, we will do some asset acquisition from a particular vendor. F-90. Yeah, let's go for a date. Let's go for first of any some previous year we can do. Maybe this date we can specify. Yeah. So what is posting key 31? Which company code is here? 2000. Okay. What is posting key 31?
Vendor invoice, credit vendor for invoice.
Right. Okay. So we can credit a vendor. So here the transaction will be asset to vendor. So we know the posting key to credit a vendor 31. Here for debiting an asset
70.
70 we will use correctly. Okay. So this will be the transaction logic. 31. We can go for a vendor. One vendor is there. number range 19 is missing for the year 23. Let's see. 19 for 23. Yeah, see, it's been made for 20. Anyway, that way. Any doubt on this error? Like system have thrown one error here. See, what is this error says, or what could be the solution for this?
That KR document range is not created.
Yeah. So here, it specifies that the number range 19 is missing. We know, like in the document type, we have the default number, so that we specify a range. Okay. For anyway, now we are using a company code specific, year specific number range system. Okay. So here, what system says is for company code 2000, there is no number range 19 for 23. Now, if you check here, for the company code 2000, number range 19 is here, but the year is wrong. Okay, so this was the reason. Anyway, we can remove this thing. There is no number range used, or even we can copy this also. So we'll do one thing. Better we'll remove this. We'll add another 19, 2023. Okay, let's go for the 4 series. I think for the other company code, I mean, the previous company code, all the configurations are there. Yeah. So is there. Now we will check again. Field reference. Okay. KR. So what is this error says? Now,
That the reference is mandatory field.
So here it specifies, specifically says document type KR in the field reference. Yeah. So here the entry is required. What could be the reason, like, we got this error? Where we have to check for this one?
That field status variant suppress required and all there.
Okay.
It might be maintained as required.
Okay. See, think about the field status variant and document type. This both these points doesn't have any what you can say relation. It's two different keys. Okay, not even related. So here in the document type KR, this issue is coming. So if you check the document type KR, basically we have some fields, the reference and header text. Yeah, we can make it as active in the document type level. Why? Because the header data will be controlled by the document type. So even this activation for the field also will be there with the document type. See, if you check there with KR OBS7, because field status group or field status variant have nothing to do with our header data. Okay, so header data will be done by or controlled by our document type in KR. See, reference number is a required field. See, this is the result. Yeah. Either we can remove this one, better not to remove, or we can specify some reference key. Any, so like text only, we can add something, maybe an invoice number or so and so. Yeah. Anyway, we'll do it once again. Plus 90. Vendor number 10. See, now it's fixed. Okay. Let's go for what are the machineries we have. Okay, some machinery spare parts, some items are there. Okay, we will purchase this machinery maybe for 1 lakh rupees. So 100,000 rupees will be the acquisition cost of the asset. For the asset debiting for acquisition, we can use the standard posting key 70. Okay, for debiting an asset. And we can specify the asset here. Yeah. So we have the machine 1. And here we have to specify a transaction type also. For asset transactions, system will use the transaction type. The asset transactions have been identified by different transaction types. Okay, a lot of different transactions will be there. Based on this, system will consider whether the depreciation have to be considered or not to consider. Everything will be done by the system automatically. Okay, so transaction type 100, external asset acquisition. Yeah. And here we can see another transaction type. If it is like an in-house acquisition, we are manufacturing the asset like in-house, then say it can be a different transaction type. Okay, so now we are purchasing from outside, so we can consider this one as an external asset acquisition, transaction type 100. Yeah, we complete the transaction, copy the amount. Let's go for a simulation. Yes. So asset, just post it. So document was posted from a code so that we got the asset. So one asset we have acquired using a vendor. Okay, same way we can have an asset acquisition without vendor by manually specifying offset account. Maybe it can be, we can simply say it's a cash purchase or something. Okay, so asset acquisition like without vendor, yeah, OBAON. So OBAON. There it can be a cash or bank, sorry, vendor. So in ABZON, say here even we can create a new asset instantly. So if we go from here, new asset, yeah, we can directly go asset class. We can specify here, company code is there, so we know these are the two keys required. Directly we can go for the master data and we can create an asset. Okay, so now the existing asset we have to do the acquisition. So let's say our a sub asset we will purchase. Okay, machinery spare. Yeah, so date, let it be purchased on 1st of May. Yeah, value, let it be 2000 rupees for asset. Even quantity also, and specify let it be 2 quantities. Yeah, 2 each unit of measure can purchase. Additional details we have to specify the document type and the offsetting account. We know for the transaction, a number ranges, everything will be with the document type. We can specify in a document type and even an offsetting account. It can be a cash or bank. Okay, let's go for a cash or bank, whatever it is. We have to specify this offsetting account manually. Yeah, then we can complete the transaction. So asset will be debited and this cash account will get credited. Yeah, we can post it. So as a transaction was posted. Okay, so asset acquisition with vendor and without vendor. So 2 assets like we have acquired. with the Asset Explorer AW01N, you can see the details. Okay, so with 0, that is the main machine. Where is that? Machine 1. Here you can see all the way, some reports also we can see. Even we can directly go for the master data. Okay, this is the master data detail for machine. Here inside we can see all the other objects or accounts related. Yeah, it's been this Brahma Papers or machinery. And also here the different type of value updations. So we have an acquisition value only, and for this year system will be having a 10,000 depreciation. It's a planned depreciation because we know like system will calculate the depreciation as per the useful life of the asset. If 10 years is the useful life per year, system will go for 10%. So now we don't have any cutoff value or scrap value. So the total amount out of the total amount of 1 lakh, 10%, that is 10,000 will be depreciated this year. Ordinary depreciation, normal depreciation. Okay, and down you can see all the transactions. So we have made only one transaction with the asset. It's an asset acquisition, external asset acquisition. Transaction type 100 and the value date. Okay. Coming to the posted values, here you can see the planning for the depreciation posting. For the entire year of 23, period wise planning you can see. Yeah. So it started from period number 4. Okay. Yeah. So there will be some additional changes to be made because we have acquired on like from April. Okay, it can be from June. Okay, anyway. So like period wise specification we have made. So April, May, and June have been updated with the next month, depreciation calculation. So here you can see the entire 4-month depreciation will be there because we are here considered the period depreciation, not day wise. Okay, so whichever the date you take, system will consider as the total month. Even though you purchase an item with 30th of April, still system will take the depreciation from the 1st of April for the entire month. Okay, if it is not a day-wise depreciation. And here this is why system will consider the next month as the depreciation posting line. So this is why here you can see from here it's been calculated. Yeah, from 4th. Okay, anyway. Now coming to the comparison, you can see that the year-wise depreciation. So for 23, what is the depreciation? What will be the remaining value, net book value? And by 10 years, you can see the total amount would be depreciated to 0. Yeah. So comparisons. The parameters, you can see the additional details like what is the total useful life, if there is any expired life have been done. See, yesterday we have discussed about the activation of the expired life and all. Out of total 3, how much amount is the expired life? With that, system will identify what will be the remaining life. Okay. Anyway, here it's not a legacy asset, so there is no expired life. Total useful life is the remaining life from 1st of April. Okay. So even in a scrap value, if you have, we can see here. So this is the entire detail for machine 1. Same way, if you go for machine 1, yeah, we'll go for spare parts. See, that one you can see how much is depreciation for this month, this year, and also depreciations like from second month onwards. It's been calculated. I think it's from May. And being we have given 2 years as the total useful life of the asset, you can see how it will be like through the year. So being it's 2000 and 2 years, next year you can see 1000. This year we have already like it's been purchased on May. So April month depreciation will not be here in this calendar year 23. Okay, it will be in the next year. I mean, not calendar year, fiscal 23. Yeah, 1 month system will consider the depreciation on the 25th. Out of that, it will be total amount. Yeah. So this is how it is. Yeah. As per the useful life of the asset, system will calculate depreciation. It's a depreciation, acquisition without any vendor. So it's not mentioned out here. The other one we have seen, the vendor name was here. So Asset Explorer, okay, it's a reporting tool. We can have, the master data. We can go for any asset history data, history sheet. We can specify, okay, the accounting principle wise or depreciation area wise report we can check here. Okay, here we don't have this depreciation areas and all separately. System is taking the same depreciation area from, the values from the depreciation. So that's why you can see the same value. Beyond that, if there is any additional depreciation areas, we can see the different values. Okay. Think about book depreciation. We use one depreciation key, and here normally we use a different like written down method with gross block and all. The concept of block, the value will be different. Okay, so this is Asset Explorer AW01. Check the report with Asset Explorer AW01. Yeah. Asset Explorer. So standard transaction of asset acquisition we have seen. Okay. Now we will see some asset retirements. Asset retirements. Okay, so asset retirements means like we will not be having that value in our books of that asset. Okay, it can be by a transfer. So the amount will be moved from one asset to another asset. It can be a sale. Okay, so the asset we will make a sale so that we will get some income. Okay, so this is why we say sale is like asset retirement with income. Okay, and what is the sale? What is the asset retirement without income? I think yesterday we have discussed on that. Asset retirement without income. What is that?
Scrapping. Huh?
Correct. Scrapping. Okay, so all these ways we can do the retirement of the asset. Yeah, first we will see asset value transfer. The value will be transferred from one asset to another asset. Yeah, so ABUMN. Now here this is within the company code. We say intra-company code transfer. Inter-company code transfer is also there between two company codes. Additional configuration should be there with another company code so that value from one company code can be moved to a value, as an asset to another company code. Okay, so here it is within the same company code. Intra company code transfer, we use ABUMN for transferring of the value. Let's transfer some spare parts value to the main asset machine. Now you can, then we can see the transactions, the value changes and value updations, everything. Okay, so view MN as a transfer. So which asset we have to transfer the value? Machine spare parts. The transfer date, let's go for today. Here also we can instantly create a new asset and transfer the value to that one, or even we can go for an existing asset. Let's go for the existing asset, that machinery, our main machine, machine 1. Yeah. So value will be moved from here to here. The partial transfer tab, we can specify if it is a partial amount. So for example, we have the total value of 2000. Okay. So here, if we specify the value by percentage, we can specify, or quantity also we can specify. Yeah. It's considered 1000 rupees. We will transfer from the spare parts to the main asset. Okay. So this is from the current year acquisition, not any legacy transfer account. So out of this transaction or the value, we will transfer 1000 rupees to the to another asset. Okay, we can simply post it. 1000 rupees will be transferred from here to here. If we pause, you can see as the transaction was posted. Okay, if we check in the report, before machine is having like 2000 rupees balance. It will refresh now. Refresh it. Before 916 was the depreciation. Yeah, we had 2000 rupees there before. Now it has come down to 1000. As 1000 rupees we have made a transfer, retirement transfer. Okay, so for this year, like 83 rupees was already there, considered for the depreciation. Okay, so that will be value will be there. We check in the posted value. Why there is no depreciation? 23. Yes, here 1000 rupees will be depreciated. Okay, so why there is no depreciation amount? There is no depreciation. What could be the reason? I think May only we have made a transfer, right? Transaction. Let's check. ₹83 is there. So there's no depreciation. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you can see the differences. Now, if we check with 0, let's say before it was 1 lakh. Now you can see 1000 rupees have been added there. Okay. So there is no depreciation. Why the system is not showing the depreciations? Same. If you transfer the value, doesn't mean like there is no depreciation, right? There should be still depreciation. Okay, we will see. The depreciation amount have to be updated. Yeah. So value will be updated. We will check why it's not showing the depreciation. It should be there. Anyway. So as a retirement, why value transfer? Okay. The same way we can go for an asset sale. That is another type of asset retirement. So here also we can have asset sale with customer and without customer. Let's create another asset. A01. It's a class machinery. We can go for machinery 2. And yes, let's add one scrap value or by value 5,000 rupees or 500 rupees. Let's make the purchase of asset 2 yeah. Let's make a purchase of asset 2 with 10,000 rupees. That's 90. Let's say let this be purchased from May, 1st of May. ₹10,000 be purchase value. What is the posting key for debiting an asset? 70. Yeah. Asset number will be 2. Transaction date. Okay. Asset acquisition 2 located now. What was the number? You had to check. Machine 2 is okay. Yeah, it's a different machine, not a sub asset, right? It's a main asset only. So number is for all 001. This was not a sub asset for the main machine 1. Fine. Posted. Let's check the report with machine 2. Sorry, it's main machine only, right? 1. So machinery 2, 1,000 rupees will be depreciated. Yeah, and here you can see finally 500 rupees will be there. See, 500 rupees. So here we have mentioned like a scrap value of 500 rupees have to be kept there at the end of the life, 500 rupees. So before it was 0. So because of this reason, you can see at the end of the useful life, still the asset will be having a value of 500 rupees. Yeah. From the final year, system has taken this 500 rupees. Anyway, we have different calculations and procedures like configurations, whether the net book value have to be considered using the scrap value, or see, actually the transaction have been taken, the 500 rupees have been taken from the last year depreciation. not from the entire value. So that's why every year it is 1000. Last year that amount have been removed. Okay, fine. Okay, so we can have different configurations, like the scrap value have to be considered for net book value or not to be considered. All this type of transaction configuration you can see in the depreciation keys. Anyway, the value you can see here. This one also not showing the depreciation, right? So just now we have seen the depreciation, right? Yeah, we will see. Because we have not done any configuration change, but suddenly system is not showing. Anyway, so we'll try to make this asset a sale with a customer. Okay. So let's go for a sale for 11,000 rupees with today's date. Now let's see. Yeah. So what it is going to be, sale of asset F-90 with a customer. F-90, I'm sorry. F-90, sorry, 90, yeah, 90. Sorry, 90 we have made the acquisition, right? This is 92. That's right, with 2. 90 is acquisition with vendor. 92 is the like sale with customer, 92. So F-92 as a retirement from sale with a customer. Today's date 01 to debit a customer. With this company code, we have the same party as vendor as well as customer. Yeah, so you can see the number was different. Vendor number was 10 with the same party. So we make the sale for 11,000 rupees. Now here, what we do the transaction is we will go for customer to sale of asset. The sale of asset, we will specify asset with value. Asset with value means the asset value of the item. See, we make the sale for 11,000, and if the asset value is 1,000, like 10,000, then there is a difference of 1,000 rupees. So what will be the difference? 1,000 rupees.
Profit on sale.
Yeah, let's see. So here, 11,000 rupees, we make the sale to the customer. Now we will go for crediting the sale of asset account 50, sale of asset GL, so where is that? Sale of asset sale. Okay, so value will be same. Here we will specify the asset. Okay, so here how we can do is basically one configuration we have missed. So what you have to do is when you create the asset sale GL, that's not. Just a moment. Yeah, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, see, one key should be there as a retirement, because with this asset sale account, we have to specify the asset with the asset value. Okay. So for that one, some field status settings should be there. An asset retirement key should be active here. Okay. So here, I think we might have used a different field status group, or maybe it would be like not active. Let's check with the GL account. Here with asset sale. Okay, it's G001. That's right. Okay. So make it as G007. Yeah, asset accounts. Because in the asset account G007, you can see asset retirement will be made as an optional entry. Okay, this field you can see there. By this field, we are going to assign the asset number and the value. Yeah. Now we will do the transaction once again. F-92 with asset sale to a customer. Again, with the customer here, so number, the value. We credit the sale of asset GL. Say asset retirement. Before it was not there. Okay. So either we have to activate this one in the field status group that we are using, or you can go for G007. It's a standard one. Yeah. Value will be there. Now we have to specify which asset we are making the sale and what is the asset value. Yeah. Just go for simply activate. Yeah. End up. Then system will ask like which asset we are going to do the retirement, as well as what is the value. So that asset for all zeros 1, we can make the sale. Let it be acquisition type 260, the standard one. That is that retirement of current year acquisition. Yeah, because this asset is like a current year acquisition asset, not a legacy asset. Asset value date with today's date, we will specify. If we go for complete retirement, the total amount will be considered. Or we can go for a partial retirement as well. See, for example, let's say we have an asset worth 1,000 rupees. If we make the sale with 6,000 rupees, we will be having a profit on asset sale or loss of sale. I'm sorry, 600 rupees. Let's go for 600 rupees. Is it a profit on asset sale or it will be a loss on asset sale? This is the total asset value we have currently.
Loss.
Loss. Okay. See here we have to specify how much worth asset we are making the sale. If it is a complete retirement, means 1,000 rupees worth item we are making the sale for 600, so that 400 rupees will be loss. At the same time, think about 500 rupees worth asset we are making the sale, then
It's a profit.
profit. So it depends on, like, how much worth asset like we are making the transaction. Okay. If you specify a directly complete retirement, system will consider the total value available. Otherwise, we can specify the value manually, how much amount worth item we are making the sale. Okay, let's go for a complete retirement. Enter. Yeah, so we have updated the asset details as well. With this one, let's go for post it. Post it. Now check the report. Yeah. So here, asset have been retired. Yeah. from the current acquisition with revenue for 11,000. And also the same line, you can see double 166 will be a gain, because as on like today's date, system doesn't have 11,000 value, because there is a depreciation also have been considered. Yeah, so the system will be having a value like 166 less to 11,000. So if you made, I mean, less to 1,000, I'm sorry, 10,000. So 1,000 rupees extra plus the depreciation environment also we have received. So total 1166 we have received in total extra from the asset value as on today. That amount will be updated as profit on asset sale. Basically, these are the depreciation considered. Okay, so this amount less as on today's date, like the value will be 10,800, like what you can say 33 something, 33.33. So out of 10,833, we have received 11,000. So this difference amount of 1166.67 have been the profit on asset sale. System automatically will take the, I will calculate the amount, yeah, and will post me also the profit on asset sale. Shell system has considered the transaction, I mean depreciation, but why it's not showing here? No idea. System is keeping the depreciation values. Why it's not showing? Okay, there is no value now. Okay, but still the depreciation value is there. The first level we have seen how much will be the planned value of the depreciation. Okay, so as determined by a sale, the same way we can have as a determined without customer also, by manually specifying an offset account. Maybe you can say cash sale. Yeah, we can do the retirement of a particular asset without any asset, I mean without any customer. Okay, so the default would be asset sale without customer. ABA. Okay, we'll try to make the sale of the remaining value of the that sub asset. Our sub asset, sub machine is having some value now. For all zeros 1, that machinery spare is having 1,000 rupees. For this one, we will make a sale with maybe 500 rupees or something, or maybe 200 rupees. Okay. So ABA ON will make the sale. Okay. Date. To specify a manual revenue, let it be 200 rupees. Okay. Additional detail, we can specify the document type. So here system will consider as a value the partial retirement, even the value we can specify. Go for current acquisition. Asset is deactivated. Why is deactivated? what could be the reason? Like deactivated. So I'm showing deactivated. Check. Deactivation. But why here it is showing deactivated?
I think there was an error mentioned that the full value is retired, something like that.
Yeah, but this must not like deactivated, right?
Okay.
Anyway, let's go for periods. Current year. Yeah. See, it's posted now. Because we have not done anything because the deactivation was not there. But anyway. So posted. Let's check. See, it's a loss. Yeah. So this much of amount system has considered as loss on the asset value. Yeah. Because there the depreciation has been considered 83 rupees. So 916.67 was the available amount, asset value 916.67. Out of that 200 rupees we have made the sale, so the remaining amount of 916 have been considered as loss on asset sale. So loss. So asset sale without a customer. Yeah. So we have seen automatically how the system will take different GLs, yeah, for different type of scenarios, which means different type of transactions. Okay. So based on the asset value, like the sale value or the purchase value, we make it not the purchase value, the asset value. Yeah. System will consider either it has to be posted with profit or loss or whatever it is. Okay. The same way we can have asset sale like no, as a retirement without revenue. Okay, so here it was with revenue. We made the asset sale maybe with customer or without customer. Yeah, so the asset retirement without revenue, it will be asset scrapping. Okay, so it can be a manual value, I mean a complete value or even a partial value. The amount will be updated as a scrap. Yeah, ABA. Yeah. I think the main machinery we have, right? In machinery, how much is the total value? Okay, we will go for the entire value. We will scrap out the entire asset. ABAVN as determined by scrapping. So we have the main asset there with some value. Okay. As on a particular date, we can go for the asset scrapping. It can be a partial amount, or if you're not specifying anything, system will take the full amount. Yeah. So let's say we have 5,000 rupees. The same way here, we can consider the partial value or like a full value for the retirement. Based on that, system will consider how much have been scrapped out. They're not specifying as on this date, how much is the total value available, system will consider. Otherwise, we'll consider only the specified value. Yeah. So this machine, as on today's date, if we pause the scrapping, then here with the asset, so maybe 1,100,000 or something, we have the value before by considering the depreciation now also there. Okay. Now it's having no values. Depreciation values will be there considered, but you can see that out of depreciation, total value of 98,416 have been considered as loss and posted with loss on scrapping determination. Yeah. So retirement without revenue, asset scraping, again is not displayed. Why it's not displayed? We'll see. So different type of asset retirements, asset acquisitions and asset retirements. Any question? Yeah. Now we will see the under construction assets, the AUC settlement. Okay, we'll go for a 10 minutes break, and after that we can see how the under construction asset will be settled. Okay, so we have the concept of under construction assets. Yeah, so the value we specified to all the way to the under construction item will be settled to a completed asset. That is capitalization or AUC settlement. We will do that. Okay, after the break, 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
So here you can see all the depreciation values. Actually, I have not done anything. I simply restarted the system. So because no, we don't have done any configuration change or nothing. So it was simply not displayed. See here you can see. I simply restarted the system. See all the assets, the depreciation planned value. So as per the configuration, based on the life of the asset value, yeah, this is the amount system has planned to be posted as a depreciation for these periods. Some unplanned depreciation also we can post, like on this. We have the asset value. Say, for example, some unexpected things happened. Okay, so manually we have to do some additional depreciation for the particular time or the period. Yeah, we have the concept of unplanned depreciation posting also. So how we have specified the what you can say, the depreciation account and the accumulated depreciation account. Similarly, accounts for unplanned depreciation also to be specified there. If you check in that A090, like the GL accounts we have specified. Okay, so in the assignment you can see the fields will be there to assign the GL for unplanned depreciation, accumulated depreciation, everything. So that also can be posted. Anyway, these are the planned values for the depreciation. Okay. Now, yeah, please.
So if we make a partial sale, then depreciation on that will also be considered when calculating the profit or loss.
Partial what acquisition, or sorry, retirement.
I mean that partial sale of asset, like of 1,000, we have 1,000 asset, then we have.
Yes. 500. Yeah. See, correct. See here, we made the sale of I think 1, right? So here you can see. Okay. So whether it's a like sale or transfer, whatever it is, like for the system, for that particular item got retired. From that particular item, the value have been removed. So here you can see. Yeah, we have made the retirement by transfer or even by like the sale, but still system has considered those values, the depreciation values. Both the cases we have made the partials only, right? Still you can see system consider the depreciation values. Both the cases. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being we are using the period depreciation, the value is like this because for that particular entire period, the depreciation value will be considered. If we go for the day-wise depreciation, the value can be different from one to other based on the date and all. Which day we do the transfer, which day we do the sale, even the dates are different. The value also can be different. So it depends. Fine. Now we will go for the AUCs, the concept of under construction asset transactions. Yeah, basically the settlement of AUC. Yeah, AUC settlements. So we have under construction asset. The value updated to this AUC. Okay, we can settle to a completed asset. Yeah, that process we say capitalization. Okay, so for a particular under construction specific asset, we have 2 phases. One will be useful life phase. I'm sorry, first one is under construction phase. Yeah, under construction phase, and second one useful life phase. So once for example, we consider the case of building. Once the building is being constructing, we will be in the under construction phase. So no depreciation will be there. Okay. Once the either the building incomplete or a part of building is ready for use, okay, then we can transfer the value from the under construction level to the useful life level. That process we say capitalization or by settlement. Okay. Once the value comes to the useful life phase, yeah, a useful life asset, a completed asset, then we can start calculating the depreciation. Okay, so we will create both the assets. We will specify some value for under construction level, and we will transfer the we will do the settlement so that we can see value will be moving from here to here, and also the depreciation will be started. Okay, so first we have to go for the assets required. So an AUC we have to create, and a completed asset also we have to create. I think one building or something we have already created last day. Yeah, okay, a building we have a completed building, completed asset we have. Yeah, 3003 03. Yeah, see, no value to the building, completed asset. Okay, and one AUC, an under construction building, also we will create A01. As a class for under construction assets is 2 BUC. Okay, so we can make it as building under construction. Let's go for AUC head office or building under construction head office. Okay, so I think here also we have activated the depreciation areas. So here we are not supposed to specify any depreciation key which calculated depreciation. Okay, so if we go for D00 like 1 or 2 like we have created last day, the system will calculate depreciation. But we have a standard key 0000, no depreciation will be calculated. Yeah, even though we specify a useful life, or if the system is, I mean, the item is having some value, still system will not calculate any depreciation if you go for 0000. Yeah. So the building under construction 3004. Actually, there is one like an error with the number range. So this is why system has taken the same number. Yeah, by the assignment there is a difference. So otherwise, this 2 will be different range. If it is in 3, it should be in 4 series or 2 series. Okay, so by the assignment, some error is there. That's why. So we will specify some value to this one, and we will settle. Before that, we have to do some configuration. The first configuration will be number range for asset-based settlement. Yeah, a number range we have to specify for asset settlement. Let's go for change group. Yeah, so here, if you have not specified the controlling area for a settlement number range, that controlling area will be available in the non-assigned list. Non-assigned. This company code or this controlling area have been already used before. So here you can see the controlling area will be available in a number range. So number range 01, which means this range. So there will be some standard number ranges. We can simply assign the controlling area to a range. So when you create or when you come for the settlement, your controlling area will not be having any number range assigned. So will be with in the non-assigned element. Okay, say for example, C001 is the controlling area, like your controlling area, and you have to assign to a number range for settlement. Then how you will assign the range? Yeah, see, what you have to do is simply select the controlling area, go for assign element to a group. Okay, here you can select the group. Yeah, every group will be having a number range. Simply double click on 01, this line. Yeah, so that if you check here with the 01 number range, see that 0011 will be there. Okay, this is how you have to assign a number range to the controlling area for settlements. Here I'm not saving this one, but you have to save it because this is not our controlling area. We don't need to do the changes. Okay, so like this way, 2000 have been assigned for this number range 01 for settlements. Yeah, AUC settlement. Number range have been given. The next configuration is to assign settlement profile to company code. So we have the concept of settlement profiles. Yeah. In the settlement profiles, we can specify where the value have to be settled. Okay. So here we are going to settle the value to an asset itself. Okay. I'll show some settlement profiles. Profiles controlling. We have different ways also, like this is the path like normally I use. Settlement profiles. See, there's a standard settlement profile AI we use for the settlement of asset under construction. If you open here, you can see we'll be having an allocation structure here. In the allocation structure, we will specify what to be settled and all. Okay, these are standard keys. And also, you can see the receivers. So here, once we settle the amount, the receiver also should be a fixed asset. Okay, not only a fixed asset can be the settlement receiver. Yeah. When we settle one value or an amount, it can be to a fixed asset or even a material, or you can see it can be GL account, cost center. So any object can be a receiver once we do the settlement of an amount. See? Okay, so here you can see the fixed asset have been maintained as the settlement receiver. So if we use the settlement profile AI, the value we settle through that will be settled to a fixed asset. Okay, so a fixed asset value can be settled to a fixed asset. Yeah, the standard key AI. Now we will assign this settlement profile to our company code. Yeah, so we use a settlement profile, standard profile AI to our company code. Here you can see. So for your company code, here it will be blank. Yeah, you can specify the settlement profile here and save it AI. Yeah, so the configuration is done. Now we will go for the posting. So we will assign the values to the under construction asset. So like we can invest like a lot of amount. So what are the total expenses we have made for the building phase, for the under construction phase? Yeah, the total amount we will update to the under construction phase. This one. Okay. So it can be an acquisition. Yeah, acquisition without any vendor. Yeah. So AUC, let's say we have spent some amount on 1st of June 2023. Let's say some 1 lakh rupees. We have spent for some purchase of material. Yeah. Yeah, we made the purchase of material, maybe some construction materials for some amount, or some other days, maybe 10th of June. We have posted another 250,000. Yeah, so for some another expenses. Yeah, but you can say, yeah, some expenses. But it'll be any expense. Okay. So like this way, we may have a number of transactions. Yeah, all the way the amount will be updated to this AUC under construction level. Yeah. If we check the value here with what you can say the construction under construction level for the asset, you can see all the values will be updated, but without any depreciation. See, so 25,000 will be good. Okay, fine, no issue. So total amount will be updated. Even the transaction also we can see here. Yeah, enter transaction, but no depreciation will be there as asset. This asset don't have any depreciation. Okay, so once it's been confirmed, now we have to specify what will be the exact receiver for these values. Okay, so this line item wise we can specify which will be the final receiver of that particular amount. So first we have to make one settlement rule. Yeah, in the settlement rule we will specify what will be the exact receiver. Okay, there with settlement profile we have specified that the receiver should be a fixed asset, but which fixed asset exactly we have not given. So building will be the receiver. Okay, we have not given like that. The category we have specified, it will be a fixed asset. Then which fixed asset will be settled with which amount we have not mentioned. So transaction wise we can specify the receiver for the settlement of AUC. That we will do in the settlement rule AI AB. Now we have two transactions and the total amount of 125,000. We go for AI AB. There, this AUC, yeah, AUC can be settled to, okay, this is our AUC. If you execute, you can see all the transactions we have made with the asset AUC. So here we can pick manually one or two items, I mean line items, or even we can select all the items based on the scenario. Okay, we can assign to the final asset or the receiver. If you specify like select only one or maybe 2 out of 10, only those line item will be assigned to, click enter. Category you have already seen before with the profile. Yeah, it will be a fixed asset. Then what fixed asset will be the receiver. So in AIIB, only this fixed asset was made as a receiver. So fixed asset, the receiver will be our main building S3. Even by percentage also we can specify like a manual rate, amount settlement. We're not specifying total amount of this under construction asset, from whichever the line items we have settled in the last screen, full amount will be assigned to this asset. So this is we do in the settlement rule. Okay, now the transaction have been assigned with a receiver. If you go back, now you can see before it was red. So no settlement rule was there, no receiver was specified. Now you can see both the cases have the like green, which means that there is a receiver assigned. If it is with one will be red and one will be green. Whichever the one we have selected before assigning will have the green icon, which means that it's having a receiver assigned. Okay, so here now we can do a process the settlement, so that amount will be settled to the final asset. Yeah, we check here with the completed asset or final asset, no value. Yeah, now we'll go for the settlement. Either you can go for settlement over here, or we can have the T code settlement T code AIBU. Yeah, settlement. So here the T code will be AIBU. So you can select the key there if you are like instantly doing, or you can use the T code AIBU there, which is the asset we are going to settle. Already we have mentioned the receiver, the rule, everything we have updated. Now this one we have to settle on a particular date. So this date will be considered as the capitalization date for the final asset. Okay, or this day onwards, like system will start to calculate the depreciation and everything based on what the depreciation configuration we have done. Okay, now can go for document type AA. A test run we can do. So the value in the under construction asset AUC will be settled, execute, save. So the total value of the under construction phase with line item wise, total 125,000 will be updated to the final receiver 3+3. These are building Fed office. Yeah, total 125,000 will be updated or transferred or settled. It was simply a test run. Go back, remove the test run, simply execute. So it was an update run. Yeah, the transaction was posted. Now we will see what is the effect here. There was no value before with the final asset. If we refresh, we can see that 125,000 have been updated to the building with depreciation started. And the depreciation planning also we can see. And the total life of the asset was maybe 20 years or 30 years, being it's a building, 30 years. So you can see per year how much is going to depreciate. Yeah. So this is how we make the settlement. Now, transaction, what is a transaction? It's a settlement. It's an acquisition from AUC, a transfer from AUC to final asset. Now, if we check the value of that AUC, what will be the value there? This one. What can be the value available there? That is 0, because we have made 2 transactions for the acquisition time. Now 125,000 have been retired from this asset, yeah, as on this date, the line item settlement. So this is AUC settlement. Okay, the value will be transferred. Even this is also a settlement, but it's a transfer. Okay, we can consider it's a transfer. Value will be moved from one item to another item. Now the value have been settled to the final asset. This is AUC settlement from the FI point of view. Yeah. So AUC settlement. Any question on this AUC settlement?
Sir, how
Yeah.
will be the depreciation calculated on this, from which date?
See here, from the capitalization date. See, if you check in the asset master, remember when we created this one, we have not given any capitalization date or no depreciation start date. Okay,
Okay.
being we are considering the period wise depreciation. Okay, whichever the day we specify on a particular month, but still system will consider the first day, because we are considering the period depreciation. But we can specify the year as here, but you can see automatically system will consider 1st of June as the day for capitalization. This happened because we are considering the period depreciation. Otherwise, it will be the same date. 26 will be there as the, 25 will be there as the exact capitalization date. So being it's the 1st of June, so that time onwards, we can see system will plan for the depreciation. So this is why if we check the depreciation amount, system will consider for that particular period also. See, from 3rd period, system has gone for the depreciation calculator for the entire month of 3. Otherwise, only like for the next 5 days or 6 days to be calculated if it is like day-wise depreciation.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
It's a period depreciation for the entire month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But if we go for the AU's legacy assets, we have to manually specify the capitalization date also, because the item has already been capitalized long back. But here it is not like that way. Once we make the acquisition by purchase from outside or by settlement or capitalization, then system will take that day as the capitalization date and automatically will take that day as the depreciation calculation date. But again, we can manually specify a different date, even though capitalization is on another date possible. Say, for example, this day we have, purchase one item. Doesn't mean like today onwards the depreciation to be started. Maybe next month we can make it like manually specified. Possible.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So one more transaction we have to do with asset accounting. That is nothing but depreciation posting. So we have seen that all the way, a lot of assets we have created, and based on the configuration, live, and the value. Okay, system has planned a lot of depreciation amount. So some of the items are not there. Still, you can see that the amount has been kept there to be posted as the depreciation for that particular time period. Yeah. See, these assets we don't have now. Okay, but still system has kept that amount to be posted as the depreciation for that period, because it's an expense for us. Okay, that to be booked, to be posted. Yeah. So whatever it is, if the value is there or not there, still system will plan for period some depreciation to be posted. Now we will execute so that we can see the depreciation will be posted to the system. Depreciation posting. So for depreciation posting also, we have to activate, yeah, a document type for depreciation. So the standard document type for depreciation is AF. As you know, we have to specify a number range also. So 04 will be the standard key for creating a number range for document type AF. Yeah. So we will check with document type for BS7 AF depreciation posting 04. Okay, please check here. Maybe there's a possibility like someone may change the number. Yeah, let's go for assigning a number range for 04 with our company code, number range information, company code, change interval, say. So this one is already having some number range. Otherwise, how we create a number range? The same way, just go for a new interval with the key 04. Specify a number range. Yeah. Now we can pause the depreciation. So depreciation posting have to be made as a background job. So here we will create a background job first in AFAB. Yeah. So in AFAB, company code 2000. If you have different accounting principle wise, we can initiate the depreciation for fiscal 2023 up to the period number. Okay, currently we are in April, May, and June, third period. We can initiate the depreciation posting. Let's go for detailed log. Even like in the test run, we can specify, we can check a manually specified asset, how much will be the depreciation. Yeah, we go for a test run. So all the way with our company code, as on third period, these are the depreciations like system is going to post. So for this building, third period only they have the depreciation 370, 347. And for machine 1, 2, 3, and 3, this many amount. And others, so you can see period wise how much amount will be there, you can see. And in total, this will be the amount to be posted as the depreciation. Okay, it's a periodic, monthly, a month-end activity. We run the depreciation also. Yeah. Now we will create as a background job for this one, and we will execute the job so that we can see the amount will be posted. Okay. So all the way, the amounts have been planned. You can see amounts are planned. Yeah. So take the building. Now there we can see the difference also. So this is the planning on the way. Now we remove the test run. We will make it as a background job. Okay, this process have to be like done as a background job. So go for program, execute in background, not in the foreground. Once you execute in the background, just go for LP01. It's a standard output device we use. So for immediate, enter, immediately save this job so that you can see a background job will be scheduled. This is the program for depreciation posting, SAP program for depreciation posting. So with this depreciation program, a background job have been scheduled. Now we have to run the job so that based on the parameter, system will be executing. Okay. So for executing this background job, let's go for SM37. As on this date, simply execute. Okay. Otherwise, if it is a different date scheduled, then we can manually specify the date also. Execute. So the job you have specified with today's date with this program have been done. Yeah. If you check in the job log, you can see that a document number have been posted in company code 2000. Yeah. Now we check here. These were the amounts planned. If you refresh, now you can see the difference. See, for the third period or up to the third period, the planned value have been posted. Okay, and the remaining are still planned. So if we check any other account, we can see that depreciation planned value up to the fourth period will be posted. So the depreciation have been posted. System will automatically post the value. This is how we make the depreciation posting. Okay. So job selection execution with SM37. Depreciation post. So based on the configuration, whatever the amount system has planned will post to those accounts. Yeah. So what is the document number here? 2001. Let's check. With display document FP03 2001. See, item wise, the amount have been posted to the depreciation account. Remember, we have specified the same depreciation account for all the asset classes. So this is why same GL account. So class wise, if we have mentioned different GL account, you can see different GL account for each amount posting class wise. Yeah, posted. So depreciation posted. Okay. So today we have gone through the asset transactions after all the configurations and the master data. First, we have done the balance carry forward. Otherwise, system will not allow us to do the asset transactions. And you have seen how the system have activated or updated the year for the asset transactions. A return earning GL we have to create, and we have to assign in the returned earnings account type that we have assigned before. Okay, and we have executed the balance carry forward. Here, even though the amount is not there, but still the year will be specified. Okay, we have seen asset acquisition with vendor or without vendor, and in the Asset Explorer key, we have got the entire data of an asset, the transaction wise, the plan wise, the master data, or even different reports based on the what you can say ledger groups. Yeah, so all these things we have seen with the Explorer. Different type of retirements we have seen. Okay, so it was a transfer first. Yeah, as a transfer, then sale with customer and without customer, both are the retirement with revenue, and also retirement without revenue, that was scrapping we have seen. So system has taken automatically the value to as a loss on scrapping, and also here with different type of sale, if the sale value is above the asset value or below the asset value, system has considered the value to be posted automatically to the profit on sale account or even a loss on sale account. Yeah. Then it was AUC settlement. Yeah. An asset from a construction under construction level, the values we can transfer to a useful life where system will start the consideration of the depreciations and everything. So we have made all the accounts required, configuration level, assigned the number range for settlement posting as well as the settlement profile. Yeah, then we have made all the acquisition to the AUC, and by settlement rule, we have specified what should be the exact receiver for each line item. Before we have the two type of settlement in ECC, summary settlement and line item settlement, but now we have only line item settlement with S/4HANA. Line item wise, we can specify what will be the final receiver. So we have selected or we have given the completed asset as the final receiver. And by executing the settlement, we have seen the amount have been transferred to the final asset, and the depreciation also started to calculate based on the capitalization date. And also with the configuration, based on the configuration, you have seen how system will consider the depreciation start date or the capitalization date and everything. So it can be different from one to other based on the scenario. Yeah. So settlement. Then it was the depreciation posting. So based on the configuration, value, life, and all, we have seen there are a lot of planned depreciation amount. Yeah, and also you have seen by transferring the value from one asset to another asset, okay, and the available value system, how the system will plan the depreciation amount. So this year, this month we have 2,000 rupees, and then for this month on 2,000, system will plan the depreciation. And if we transfer some value or we remove some value from that one, so next month onwards, the value will be different. The book value of the asset will be different. So then system will calculate on that value. Okay, so whatever it is, based on the value available, depreciation amount will be planned. Here we have given a number range for depreciation posting, and we have executed as a job, background job. We have executed the depreciation posting. We have seen system automatically post the values to the what you can say assigned accounts, depreciation accounts. So that was depreciation posting for assets. Okay. These are the main points, like we had to go through the asset accounting. We have seen configuration, master data, transaction like acquisition, retirement, and depreciation posting. Different type of retirements, yeah, with revenue, without revenue, transfer, the transfer itself, yeah, it can be a settlement or normal transfer, standard transactions. So any more question from this entire asset accounting? Asset accounting still it's not a very huge what you can say module, sub-module. I have gone through only the standard way of calculation, posting, reports, and all. Yeah. Any more question? The asset accounting?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. By this, we have completed all the FI topics. Okay. So in the next session, we will start the controlling topics. Already a lot of the major configurations and everything we have already discussed with the controlling. So whatever the remaining topics and all, we will see in the next session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.